So today I wanted to show you how I do corner beads on this box house ceiling in this kitchen area. It's a brand new build. So this is what we have here. This is the kitchen area in this brand new house. They framed out 4 boxes and they want this corner beaded, mudded, coated, sanded for paint, so for smooth. I'm going to show you how I put corner beads on this, nice and easy. The way I do it, I don't use a tape measure. I'm not an hourly worker. I'm self-employed. I work for myself. So obviously I'm trying to save time and be efficient. So the first thing I'm going to do before I put the corner on, I'm going to check the drywall itself, make sure it's cut out properly, make sure one side is not sticking farther down than the other side, so the corner bead has nice backing to hang on to. So right here, it's a little bit cut back long. A little bit there. So now what I do, I use tin snips to cut my paper metal corners. And so what I'll do, I'll grab a full stick, and I'm just going to grab a box that I want to start on. I'm going to grab my corner bead. I'm going to push it to the edge on one side, so this side over here. As far as it goes, I'm going to come over here and up until this box here. I'm just going to make a notch on my corner bead where this other wall starts. As you can see, I made a little notch right there with my tin snips. Now I'm just going to cut the corner. Now I'm just going to cut the corner where my notch is right there. Other side, break that off. And now when I come back, so now that my corner is cut, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to measure it up. So now that I cut my corner bead, I'm going to come up, I'm going to measure it, make sure it fits. There you go, perfect fit. No tape measure required. Now I'm going to stick this corner bead on with mud. And for mud, I'm using Cinco Yellow. It's the taping mud. The reason I use this is because it has glue built into the mud. Obviously for laying on tape, and I use it for corners too because it helps the corners stick better. And as you can see, it's not very liquidy. I mixed it so it's pretty thick, because you want it to get it into all the gaps and all the spaces, and it's not dripping out from liquidy mud. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lay on the mud on both sides of this corner bead, top and bottom. Clean it off a bit. Add a little more mud where I need. Okay, now I'm going to grab the corner bead. I'm going to stick it on. Make sure it's fit in. I push it in, make sure it's all level and straight. Nothing's loose. Now I'm just going to clean off the mud off of the corner. I like to do top and bottom. And then I'll check with my 6-inch if there's a space. If I see light coming through, that means there's space and there's room for mud to fill in, and my corner will be nice and straight. So I'll check both sides. Perfect. Now what I like to do to actually get this to stick on well onto the corner, I'll take the side of my knife, the rounded part, and I'll just put it on the edge of the paper and just push it down, and I'll do, again, top and bottom. Clean off any excess. That's it, that corner's on. And so now I do the same process with the next side of the corner bead. I'll clean off where I need to. This is the corner that we just put on. So now I'm going to take my full piece of new corner. I'm going to push it up so it connects with this nice and tight. Same thing, I'm going to come to this side and make a notch. I'm going to find my notch, I'm going to cut it. Other side. Piece is cut. So same thing as the other piece, I'm going to measure it, make sure it fits good. It does. Same process, load it with mud. I like to load a good amount of mud. Instead of having air bubbles in behind, I like it nice and loaded. Because extra mud you can always push out with your knife, but if there's not enough, you're always going to have an air bubble there. And that's going to cause issues. So my mud is on, nice and even everywhere. Grab the corner, line it up, place it in. Move it around, make sure it's sitting on the drywall nice. And again, take the mud off, both sides. Now I'm going to check for light. It's nice and even, bottom. Nice and even. Now again, I'm going to take the edge of my knife. Get a little mud off, stick the tape. The paper down. Do that, bottom, excess mud, bam, done. So again, same process on the third side. Check the drywall, trim it back if I need to. Grab my full corner, push it into one side, come over here where I put the other corner bead on, make a notch. Now I'll come back up here, check the piece, perfect fit. Again, same process, nice and easy. It gets repetitive because it's the same thing over and over again. But this is the best way to do it. Load it with mud. If there's a little bit bigger gaps, I'll just put more mud. There we go, we got mud. Take the corner. So you can see me jiggling it back and forth. That's just to get it nice on the drywall. Now again, I'll clear off the mud, both sides. Check for a light space. Adjust the corner if I need to. Use the side of my knife. Clear off the excess. And that's it. So here we are, the last corner bead in this box. I'm going to check the drywall. Trim it back if I need to, clean it up. Take a piece of corner, line it up. Make a notch. Line it up, make sure it fits. It does. Grab some mud, lay the mud on. Grab the corner, get that on, jiggle it around, make sure it's sitting nice. Clean the mud off. Clean the mud off. Check the spaces. Perfect. Sideways, clean the paper. That's it. So the one box is done. I'm going to go do the other 3 boxes real quick. When I'm done, I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, here it is. All 4 boxes are done. It's all taped up, corner beaded. And that's how I do corner beads on box ceilings or coffered ceilings, whatever people call them. So there you go, that's how I do it without a tape measure. It's nice and easy. This whole box area probably took me, I don't know, 1 hour to cut them all out, stick them all on. It is time consuming because it is fancier. It's all these custom size corners. It's not one size fits all. One framing box can be a little off from the other one. But that's how I do it. That's the easiest way to do it if you're trying to make money and trying to be fast. I suggest doing it this way.